Hello there, my lovely Legionnaires. How are we doing today? Fuck. Ugh. I'm gonna be so honest. We are not running on all cylinders today. It hurts a bit. Yeah, sucks. Doing better. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Marathoning my art and listening to you helps me focus. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm running on, well, fumes would imply there was anything left, so. But, a bitch is tired. A bitch is tired. EP, possibly. DB, even. Bro, I haven't been sleeping over a day. Moon! Moon. Slap, please. I could be doing better. I could be doing worse. Why haven't you slept? What has required such attention? If only it were simple. Is this oh. Very nice. Have a good day. I was gonna say, is this, is this medical, or is there something going on, or have we fucked ourselves? But it seems like a combination of 1 and 3, perhaps. It's going fine. I'm just fucking... seem normal. It's you'll probably start to notice it as the stream goes on, I'm sure. Migraine, hangover, and self-doubt. Big mood. The first and the last one are relatable. We do be in similar states for that one, pal. The brain parts have been loud the last couple of days. And I'm not doing the best, honestly. I'll live, but like... ugh. Yike. My dude, I've never imagined Potter Sprocket laughing and screaming on Space Mountain. Then I saw that picture. Hoping it gets better for y'all. Yeah, fucking... damn, me too! I don't know. I'm trying to be in good spirits about it anyway. 'Cause I'm just... because I know that, like... I'm wearing sunglasses watching this. Moon! No! You poor thing. You poor creature. Were you at least having fun? Like, did you at least drink something good? This lovely little thingy called a scintillating sarcoma. I've never heard of that. Scintillating is a very good word.
Dragon Daddy.
Dragon Daddy. Rip. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. How many did you drink? 1, 2? Fancy wording for, oh god, there's a diamond in my eye.
Wait, who drank what now?
Moon was telling me, she... Simultaneously not an answer to the question I asked, and the perfect answer to the question I asked. Very good, thank you.
I just got here. Who did what to who not for how many Cheez-Its?
Moon was saying, she had a very good time, and unfortunately is hungover.
Oh.
Ever spend your morning drawing mild gore, vampire gore and listening to The Used? That was my morning. Understandable. Could go for some Cheez-Its. Fucking so could I. Yeah, I don't... Fucking... I physically feel better. I haven't been having, headaches like I'd been having.
I think I have acquired the headaches from you.
Take your fucking headaches back. You still feel brain fog? Oh god, like you wouldn't fucking believe.
I can help crank out those art videos of the thumbnails you posted if you want me to. I can slap those together real quick.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna record the audio tomorrow. Nailed it. It's been a lot of stuff. This is one of those things, right? Where, like... I mean... This is gonna sound wild, but I'm gonna ask, like, do any of you fucking care? Do you not want me to talk about this anymore? Because I feel like it's all I've been talking about, and I feel like that sucks and is lame. Hello, Roxas. Welcome, welcome. We care you. I know you do, but like, Heaton, it's been 9 minutes! I know. No, I mean in like the last couple of streams. It feels like all I've been talking about is how shitty I feel.
I mean, big mood though.
We charge by the hour. Damn. I need a new therapist.
For me, I couldn't tell you how many times I've wound up talking about my health problems on stream to the point it feels like that's all I've been talking about lately.
Miss them because I've been sleeping. Well, that's a good thing for you to be doing, objectively. Yeah, okay. I'm in the...
Sleep is for the weak. Call your sleep paralysis demon.
Facts. I'm just always afraid that, like, there's always the, like, that little bit of, I don't know if insecurity is the right word. There's always just the little presenter voice in my head that's like, shut the fuck up. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. Make the content, monkey. Make the content.
When you say it's a presenter voice, now I'm imagining like the voice saying that, just being like, "Shut the fuck up! No one cares.
No one cares." So that voice in your head's a bitch. True. Been sleeping late and staying up too late. Facts. Every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms. Punch the negative vibes in the face. You're my friend, at least a casual one. Don't see you as content monkey. You matter in the day. Thank you. Yeah, I've been, so since you've expressed that you care, I'll talk about it a little bit while I hunt for... God, Bakar has, like, part of me really was like, I want to draw Bakar in particular because he has, like, he has a very particular body type I've been wanting to draw more of.
What body type is that specifically?
The kind you like. Bakar's squishy. He eats a lot. But every time I draw him, he's wearing, like, all of his loose-fitting clothes and such. So I don't get the opportunity to. Trust is a good thing to establish. And trust issues are a fucking mood. It's less that and more like... Because, like, when it comes down to it, right? Like, inherently like, a relationship between... We have to talk about our relationship, chat. But, like, all joking aside, like, we have to, like... I don't want to, like, overburden you with my issues. Because, like, it's inherently not something I want you to feel like you need to help mitigate. And that's something I worry about.
Hi, I'm here to yell in your chat.
Welcome. I worry very frequently about, a couple of things in particular. One of which being that, like, I don't want any of you to ever feel like you have to be, like, responsible for how I feel. Because we don't know each other, you know? Not really. And I don't want this parasocial need for you to believe that, like... you're, like... I don't want you to feel like you have to be my therapist. Stuff you keep in and the stuff you let out don't need us to be a bunch of heat sinks. Exactly. Like, I don't want you to feel like I don't want this to be a place where, like, you come and listen to me kvetch about, like, mental illness things that inherently none of you can really do much about. And also, like, I think just generally, like, content would be kind of boring if you just came here and listened to me be sad all the fucking time.
Needs to be a balance between being sad and being a funny memer.
Exactly. So, like, I try to be, like... I try to be relatively open about how I'm feeling, at least to a certain extent. Typically. Mainly because... oh yeah. Mainly because I feel like I trust your intelligence to be able to know when I'm not, like, all here. So I'm like, I'm just gonna preface it with... And I think it's also, as well, not to, like... God, it sucks that I feel like I have to preface every thought, but, like, not to, like... oh ho, I'm mentally ill, yeah, but, like, I think the other part of it is that in being autistic, I'm more prone to, like, oversharing, I guess. But, like, there's big things I don't like to talk about. So suffice to say, I'm not, like, I'm not gonna sit here and cry, about this kind of shit on stream, because it's not the time or place, you know? But I'm willing to talk about it a little bit, because it is, like, content relevant, I suppose. I don't know. Someone said you can say a lot without saying anything through just one or two things. It's true. Like, there's... You're surprisingly strong-willed. Yeah. A lot of people have said. It's something you kind of have to... I guess have to isn't even really the right word. It's something I've learned to be, I suppose. I have a lot of,
Cursed fun facts?
I have a lot of, experience with it, I guess. I think it's, the other thing, like, deeply inherent is that this is something that happens to me a lot. And therefore, I'm just sort of used to the way it makes me feel. I probably shouldn't be, but... cursed fun fact. Golden poison dart frogs have enough venom to kill 10 people. Takes a great deal of anguish isn't the right word to admit some stuff. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. I feel like if it's relevant to, like... Can't see the hand gesture I just did, but, it's relevant to this, like, exchange, I guess. So I feel less, like... Huh. Sorry, I was just looking at this and it was just turning out better than I thought it was zoomed in. I just had a minute of like, huh, yeah, that looks alright.
That looks like a penis.
I'm learning. I learned from the best. But like, this is a very, damn, you got the David Bowie bulge down pat. I learned from the best. I was trained in the mountains.
By David Bowie?
Well, by Dio, which is close
Close
second.
enough.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I didn't know Dio was in the mountains.
He and Mortis do live in Neo Frisco, so close to them anyway. Dio training arc. Listen, he's determined to get me to draw dicks, and maybe he'll win, who knows.
Maybe. Out of you,
I want him to have big
Like, I
hands,
just-
even,
Are
like,
you out of
proportionally
your
speaking.
fucking mind? Yes.
See, I just choose not to let anyone win.
He has provided me a persuasive argument. What was I talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my brain problems. Yeah, I get into, I get, like... A few of you who have been around for a while have seen me go through this. Because it happens every so often, right? It's... I get into a period of, like... I'm sorry, I'm just having an existential moment of sitting back and realizing what I was about to describe is... sounds a lot like bipolar disorder. Damn.
Well,
Because I was gonna say, I get into periods where I'm very proactive and very and I have a lot of motivation and a lot of drive that are then followed by long periods of me being incredibly depressed and hating everything about myself and my life, and I'm like, oh, damn. That sounds manic depressive, what you're just describing, and I'm like, damn, you sure are right, it sure does. We don't have time to unpack that. But it's not like... I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I might be manic depressive.
There is a definitely non-zero chance that I'm bipolar. That's always fun to think about. Because apparently my father was bipolar, and my grandmother on my mother's side is bipolar. And so that's there is a really good chance.
We don't have time to unpack all of that. We super don't. My last therapist was like, do you want to talk about that? And I was like, yeah, we could. And then I moved. So.
We'll find you another therapist, and then you'll be able to talk about it for real.
You know what you're describing is type 2 bipolar disorder, she said to me, and I looked at her and went, is it? And she said, yup. I was like, huh? And she goes, you should look that up. And I did, and she goes, is it like that? And I was like, I'd like to change the topic of this conversation. Sanity is like when you take a part of a car engine part apart and say, fuck yeah, and then the crash hits. Yeah, kinda. It's... What ends up happening to me more frequently, right, is I get into bouts of maybe it's not manic depressive. I don't know. I'm not gonna diagnose myself. I don't know enough about shit to know what this would be called. But what happens to me frequently is I get into periods where, typically prompted by something. What it is varies wildly, because sometimes it's media, sometimes it's something a friend will say, sometimes it's a video game, sometimes, so like it doesn't... What prompts it is unclear, because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But I'll have a moment where I'll sit there and I'll be like, God, the XYZ is cool. I would like to do A, B, or C that's similar with my own content, or oh, this makes me want to make something new, or etc., etc. And then I can't, because did you know that if you're not, like, incredibly wealthy, that content creation is of the type that I would like to partake in is prohibitively expensive? And so I then sit there with those ideas, and it causes me emotional and sometimes physical pain. Usually I end up developing problems with my back and my neck, because of the tension. But then it'll also manifest in a lot of emotional dysregulation, and it just kind of becomes a fun, spicy little cocktail for a while. And that can last anywhere from, sometimes it's a couple of days, sometimes I think the longest bout of it was a year. But, like, I don't take that very well, I guess. Is the best way to phrase it. And I think that's paired with, like, I don't think that's one specific thing. I think it's a cocktail of, like, 4 or 5 other issues I have that blend together. And then they kind of exacerbate other issues. Like, I get like I've been, and then it follows suit that my brain's like, oh, well, your friends are getting really sick and tired of having to go up and down this cycle with you, you know, you're getting really fucking irritating. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. And I'm like, damn, you're right. I'd be annoyed with me by now. And I say that because I am. And then everything else kind of just falls by the wayside because of it. And I'd like that to not be a thing that happens. But, like, this isn't good. Quick, co-host, do something stupid so Heaton can rage on you instead of on themselves. For legal reasons, the previous statement was a joke. But it's like, it's just kind of always like that. It just kind of, it all just kind of happens for a while, and then it goes away, and then it comes back. But, like, I don't know. I'm never sure how one, like, is supposed to... 'Cause, like, I don't know. It kind of... This one in particular was brought about by the fact that I became very physically ill. And it just kind of hit me all at once that, like... And I want to preempt this with, this is nothing on any of you, on any of my regulars, because I love my regulars. And I wouldn't trade any of you for the world, but, like, but it all kind of came from this place of, like, I've been working to the point that I've made myself, like, physically sick. And I'm not seeing even the slightest return for it. And it's the realization that, like, slowing down would be bad for my growth. But, like, but I can't keep doing this at this speed. Well, it isn't an issue if I don't feel like I can, I just can't. Like, when I took my last break, the one that I took because I had to, because registered trademark things happened, and I had to go back to the Void for a month, in the middle of working on something important, and fucked over my entire fucking Listen, I'm still, I'm trying so hard not to, like, mourn something that was months ago, but, like, god damn it, I still haven't recovered from how far back that shit set me. Eh. But, like, I still haven't recovered from that. All of my backlog got obliterated. I lost time on so many of the things that were in production that were supposed to come out and didn't. A lot more things came up. And I just never got fully back on track, and I don't think I feasibly can, which is annoying. Looking for a very particular reference. This feels like a weird thing to be drawing while having this conversation. But like... I forget sometimes how reactive my model is as I'm making faces at my... as I'm making faces at my references. Yeah, this one will do. Pen, dickhead. Oh, because I didn't fucking set it back to the pencil. I'm a fucking moron. It's fine. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. If something the exact feeling is what I'm relating to, apologies for constant comparing and relating. No, it's fine. As a fellow neurotypical who does exactly that, it's totally fine. Or as a neurotypical, what? As a neurodivergent, what the fuck was that sentence? Yeah, it's fine.
Ah, yes, greetings, fellow neurotypical.
Greetings, fellow neurotypicals. Yes, this is a totally normal way that the normal people behave. I never know how to, like... Like this? How do they do this? How do they make this... You know what? I'm going to make an executive choice. Thank God you're not going to be able to see... Thank God you can't see the references I'm about to grab!
Justin's fat dick.
I am going to be coasting through Rin's Twitter likes.
Oh god.
I need a very particular expression, and Rin has a type. That'll be fine. Oh, hang on.
Also,
Okay, Google. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Okay, yes, Susie, go for it.
oh no, I was just about to tell you about the redeem.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
You're doing fine. Believe me, you're in the clear. You're stronger than you think. It's not a... The thing about it, right, is it's not a strength thing. It's... Like... physically, I can't do this. Like, I can't work the hours I've been working. It makes me physically ill. And, like... The thing, right, is... Oh god, I'm so glad that I wasn't crazy about that. Somebody posted a thread a little while ago about, like, here's how you see who's tracing art. And then they recently quote retweeted and were like, this was about for VTubers buying art. and Rin lacked a tweet in response to that one that said the original was a pretty set tone of their calling people out. Never once did we get specific who this is for, so this backtracking is just daft victim blaming at this point, and it's fucking true. Draw me like one of your Frenchmen. I don't have... No, I do. I was gonna say, I don't have any Frenchmen, but yeah, I do. Louis French. But like... What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, it's not about strength inherently. I'm fine. It's just that I'm just not like the illness itself is the problem, right? But I just really want to like okay, Google stop.
Fellas, is it gay to breathe?
Occasionally.
Like, you're literally inhaling dick particles.
It's good to let pent-up feelings and emotions that have been boiling up for a period of time. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the thing about this, right, is that, like I said, it keeps happening, and I just like it to not happen anymore. But I don't know... Well, I have a theory, but... Mental strength with how you discuss your struggles. I hope you get better physically. I am getting a little better physically.
Hold on, I'm gonna need...
The AMVs have told me. Watch Redline. Redline's good. Sorry, I'm getting distracted as I'm... as I'm scrolling through the few NSFW accounts I follow. Blue Giragi, help me. You draw weird monster fucker shit sometimes. Help me. Help me, gamer! I need, like... The AMVs tell you correctly. Redline's very good. I recommend it very highly. But I, like... I want to... I keep telling myself that maybe... actually doing it'll help, but, I mean, I don't fucking know. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'll just get worse. I wouldn't know. I've never gotten to produce any of the things I really want to produce, so I wouldn't be able to fucking tell you even slightly. I want to, though, obviously. But I just don't have... I haven't... the audience to make it sustainable, nor the reach to ask for the money to do that either. And that'd be nice. 'Cause, like... I don't know. I keep feeling like I don't have enough. It's the perpetual cycle of, I don't have enough to ask people for money to make the things I want to make, but I need money to ask people to make the stuff to make, so that I can ask for the stuff that I want to make. So it just all...
The way Heaton feels is why people end up selling out.
Yeah. It do be
Basically
like that.
the reason selling out happens.
Yeah, it do be like that. I've been thinking about it.
People want the ability to obtain their dream, but the ability to do so becomes harder and harder with each passing day, unfortunately, and not many people have the inherent ability to just do that, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's partly why,
I-
like, I've said before that I very much value, like, all of the shit that I have and that I continue to gain being indie. But, like, the temptation of going corpo with every passing day, knowing that I would be able to make the money that I could use to make the things that I've spent my whole life wanting to make, is tempting in a way I can't possibly describe.
There are a lot of people who end up choosing to work for a corporation for a few years, make a ton of fucking money, and then go independent.
Yeah.
I
For defo considering it.
I hate to bring this all back to. I hate to think of the thing I did years ago as an example, but like, okay, for context, a couple of years ago, I did a commentary. Am I allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I did a commentary where the person who's talking about it was basically like saying, "Is the countdown community dying?" Maybe nowadays, but like back then, it's poorly timed. But point is, there was a comment about making money in it, and that kind of like. So I immediately thought that they were just kind of like doing it to sell out, or just doing it for the money. And like, I remember getting to a Skype call shortly after with the person, and he meant that, like, he admitted to me that while he did explain it poorly, that was on his end. Part of it is not because he wants money, it's because he needs the ability to make ends meet. And I didn't really consider it all that much during my commentary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's fine. Ultimately, we live in a world where money makes the world go around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You need the ability to pay for things. And if that doesn't happen, oof, you know? Like, you need the ability to, like, actually be able to pay for things. And I'm not against... And I'm not going to knock on people who are, you know...
Yeah.
Dirty capitalists.
But like some people, like you need the ability to pay, and so like people doing sponsorships, like annoying as these sponsorships might be, I'm not gonna piss on people who do sponsorships. I'm not gonna piss on people who do ads or whatever, unless like if I do a commentary on something and that thing has an ad, I'm not gonna criticize the ad, unless because ultimately.
The thing is, it's not really that it's worth criticizing the person who made the video over the ad. I don't think. I would imagine it's more so that if the ad is bad, you criticize the ad itself.
Right.
Exactly.
It's ultimately I'm in a lucky enough scenario, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. Like, that I'm in a scenario where I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to worry about like I don't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about feeding myself, because I've been taken in by two lovely people who want to make sure that I am comfortable in the time it takes for that dream to come true. And that's wonderful, and I thank them for that every day. It's just, it's been a year, by the way. A year of that lovely living situation, and I'm so happy here. It's just been... I don't know. I'm in that spot as well, where, like, it all feels...
Like goo.
Well, I feel like... I see a few things it might be. It's all still a haze, right? Well, no, it's... That's the problem, is it's all very clear, but the problem is that I'm just like... gonna go away, but at the same point consider it better than the horror that is simple depression. At least you're feeling something in the highs, something still working up there. That's true. Are we talking film, animation, manga, or more? Yes. The short answer is yes. Had I the money, if the joke I keep making is if a day ever comes where I'm making Iron Mouse money, I'll make things constantly. Be always working on something.
Unfortunately.
But unfortunately, I don't have Iron Mouse money. I think Mouse is fine.
Oh, right. The Blue Man Group's back in town.
Is the Blue Man Group back in town, Brooke?
Oh, I didn't realize you could hear the video.
I don't like that movie.
Very good, Brooke. Very good.
Normally it's fine. I don't know why Discord's so weird. Here, I'll mute.
Or you're fired.
I hate.
But like, I want to, it all boils down to I want to make things. I want to make things and I can't, and my constant inability to makes me actually physically miserable. And I don't know what to do with myself or my time, and I'm having difficulty coping with my own inadequacy. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know what the fancy words you would put to it are. What the fancy $10 fucking academic words to make his head a little taller. Just come on, there we go. I'm sure there's a diagnosis for that, but fuck if I know what it is. I want to acquire the money to make the content. That's it. That's all I want. Yeah, did you know that, like, when your therapist tells you, like, oh, you seem to have, like, a really good grip on it. Like, you seem to be really self-aware. Did you know that that's not a compliment?
You know, I remember seeing I think it was a YouTube short, where it's just like, the therapist saying, oh yeah, you seem very self-aware. Yes, and that's the problem.
The one I saw was like, oh, you're very self-aware. And then it was, oh, someone in your life has failed you. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I want to feel self-actualized, I guess. Maybe that's the term. Maybe that's the phrasing. I don't know. It's the,
It's hard to
What's the one
feel
about winning
self-actualized when
therapy?
you're constantly in Spain without the A.
Exactly. Can I just, you know... Oh, you know what?
Justin is asking, what was the one about winning therapy?
Oh yeah, I am winning at therapy, which is a totally it's a totally possible thing to do and a normal thing to want. Yeah, that one that was something I reckoned with when I was much younger. Now, whenever they say that to me, I'm like, okay, I know the lingo now. I can pick your art style out. Oh, that's a good sign. Spain without the I. I mean, Spain without the A. You're in spin?
Yeah.
Small
Spain,
idiots.
Spain without the I is just span.
The span of my life is fucking ending, dog.
That actually could be true for me.
Are you dying?
I don't fucking. You know what I've been dealing with the past fucking year. I don't have to explain it.
I don't think you're dying. I think you're just sick.
Yeah.
I think your body's just cringe.
However, comma. It's like, yes, however, comma, if I don't get that help, it might not be a joke.
You'll be fine. Gallstones aren't lethal, are they? Are they?
I mean, I'd imagine any health problem is lethal if you leave it long enough.
Well, yeah, but like... Yes, but very rarely. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, I just wanna, like... I wanna feel... Yeah, I think the word is self-actualized. I think that's the fancy therapy word. I want to, like... I don't know. It's just... It feels so deeply entitled to just be like... The source of my depression is my inability to create. Like, boo-hoo, dickhead. So many other people can't. People are dying, Kim. You know?
And here's the thing about that: like, some people will be like, people are dying. Your source of depression is not valid. It's like, actually, it still is. Really, still is. Just because other people have worse things going on in their lives doesn't mean that thing I'm going through isn't a legitimate thing.
The way that I've always worded it is first world problems are still problems.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sadness is its own disease.
Yeah, I guess. It's not healthy to undermine your pain. I know it's not, but like...
Yeah.
Like... I don't know. It feels like a stupid thing to be this affected by, I guess. This is the wrong... There we go. "28-year-old white woman who chooses to throw it all away and be trans. All the fun that society gave you gets twisted that much harder like a knife around the kidneys." It's true. I just, like... It feels like a stupid... It just feels stupid. It all feels really stupid.
Life is stupid. In general. Life is fucking dumb.
It's true.
So cringe.
It's also, like... I think the other thing, too, is it's another thing I feel bad talking about. Mainly because, like... There's nothing anybody can do about it. So it always feels really shitty to, like... Because there's always this feeling in my head that, like... When I talk about, like, oh, money is the only thing that's, like, stopping me from doing all of these things, it always feels like an implicit ask. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, but, like, it always feels like I am. It's why I don't, like... We were talking about this the other day, but it's why I don't, like, shill the Streamloots cards or my throne that often. Or, like, I don't do things that, like, promote subs or donos all that much. Because, like, it feels like...
Because you're more shame than me.
Yeah, because I have, like... It feels bad to, like, imply that I need money when I don't, you know? If that makes sense. Like, I'm not hard up for cash. Like, I don't... If you don't give me $10 this stream, then, like, I'm not gonna go hungry. We'll be able to feed Gigi and Henurita. I'll be able to eat and sleep in a clean bed, and so, like, it just perpetually feels bad to, like, because it boils down to, like, I really, air quotes, need that money just so I can make shit, like... But I don't need it, you know? I'm not hard up for it, and therefore, like, asking for it feels wrong. It feels... I guess maybe not dishonest, because...
Uncouth.
Yeah. Because, yeah, to say dishonest would be to imply that you didn't know what you would be giving it to me for, but... 99% of the time, it's... honestly, most of the time I spend it on myself, because I just know that, like, it's not substantive enough to do the things I want to do with it, and therefore I don't. Like... Like, a perfect example, right? I was talking to... Justin and I were talking. And he was offering to, like... Because I was talking about, how making shorts and TikTok content for the channel is, like, something important for growth, something, who gives a shit, right? But, like... blah 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 algorithms, blah blah blah, visibility, whatever, who cares. And I told him, like, I have barely any time to fucking rest. The answer can't be to make more content, because the more content I make, the, like, more time I lose, etc., right? And he offered, at first, he was like, oh, how much does Crafty charge, you know? And I was like, $15 per short. And he's like, oh, that's not so bad. And I'm like, yeah, when you do the math. Because, like, the homies will tell you, you need to be because they were like, because I said I would need one every day, so I'd be needing to pay him, like, I think it was like $100-something a week, or maybe a month, I don't remember, but something, $100 was, like, the outcome for every day for, I don't remember if it was a week or a month. And Justin's like, well, you wouldn't need to do it every day. And I'm like, no, I do, because the suggested amount is that you post 3 a day. It's you post 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, 1 in the afternoon. Like, the best for visibility is daily. And even if you cut that in half, well, cool, that's $50 a week. Like, it's... we can't afford it. But, like... For example, right, like, I was talking the other day about the fact that I had to take down, I had to take down the Laura Laureate videos. Or I had to take down the one video I made. Because looking at it was just making me really upset. And, like, going back and reevaluating, like, that would be, to make what I wanted to make, even simple and basic as it would be, one episode of that would be prohibitively expensive. Be at least maybe $1,000. And I don't have, the time or the skill sets to do that myself. You'd never see me again. I'd have to stop streaming and you'd see me, I'd make content maybe once every 3 months. And by then it wouldn't, short of it, like, they'd need to make, like, millions of views for it to be worth it. Heat and Shorts YouTube channel, have an intro, play the short, have an end card similar to Crafty. Shorts are segregated by content or shorts and streams now are segregated by, like, category on YouTube, so I can upload them to the regular channel, and they won't interfere with basic regular uploads, which is nice, and that's what I've been doing. But, like, I, like, almost completely stopped posting on TikTok, because it wasn't worth it. The time investment, like, motherfuckers will swear up and down, like, oh, TikTok, shorts, that's how people, like, Rin Penrose did it, that's how Pipkin Pippa did it. It's like, well, no, because I've been doing something very similar for, like, 2 years. The answer is they got algorithmically lucky. And that's the answer to every one of these, you know? And they'll swear up and down, like, oh, if you're posting, like, daily shorts content, if you're posting daily TikTok content, it drives traffic. It doesn't.
Well, it did for them, and that's why they think that.
Yeah.
I end up getting more content, more traffic, barely uploading.
Yeah. Like, my go-to, like, example. And, like, this is not, what's the word? An indictment, of him. It just proves my point. So, like, don't take this. If this clip gets back to you, Roy, this isn't shade. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it because it proves my point. We're not shading Roy Zoga.
Absolutely not.
But I was in one of Roy's streams a while back, when he was talking about, growth and the like. And he said the same thing that they always tell me, that I keep hearing everywhere, every single goddamn place, is growth and discovery sucks shit on Twitch, which it does. The VTuber market's oversaturated, which it is. You have to make content elsewhere and then get people to come to your streams. That's why they tell you, like, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. That's why they tell you, like, that's the content, right? So, and they kept harping on it. Like, they kept talking about it. Like, that was it. That was the secret sauce, right? And I got a little frustrated, because I'm like, I keep hearing this over and over and over again. Motherfuckers will tell me, like, make your content elsewhere and then get them to come to Twitch. So I asked. I donated some money to make sure that I'd be seen. Also because I like Roy. And I said, alright, I've done that. I have almost 1 million followers. I have almost 100,000 followers on TikTok. I have 80K. I got 1,000 views a video, which sucks. Like, the ratio on that bites dick. It sucks. Like, it's a bad engagement rate. But I'm like, I get 1,000 views a video. My content's consistent. I post it every week. I tag them that they're Twitch clips. My shit's all linked. It's all there. And I have 80K. How do I get them to move over? Because, like, I have 6K on YouTube. I have 80K. I have 80K on TikTok. How do I get them to move over? If this is the way, okay, I've done it. What do I do from here? Because I was so frustrated of listening to people tell me, like, build your content elsewhere, which is ridiculous. Absolutely insane. It's, like, the part of that advice that infuriates the fuck out of me, and this is why we're not calling Roy out, because, like, lots of people say this, is you're literally saying, like, it's saying make Twitch a side thing without saying make Twitch a side thing. Like, they don't want to tell you that, like, Twitch sucks, consider it your side hustle, while you make, like, actual, like, produced content. But they don't want to tell you that, so they don't. So I was like, okay, how do you move them over? And there's a pause, and Roy says, and I'll never forget this exact wording, when you figure it out, tell me. And I lost it. I got so upset. Because that's it! Like, over and over and over and over and over again. That's what they'll stress, is make your content elsewhere. Do this, do that, do this, do that. But then when you ask them, like, okay, I've done that, there's no crossover, it's not working, what do I do now? They have no answer. Because they don't know. Either they don't know, or they do not, for the life of them, want to admit that it's luck. Like, nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to tell you the truth, which is that it's luck. Because, like, this is part of what's frustrating for me, right? And I want to preface this with, like, I don't do the things I do for the purpose of, like, getting popular. I do them because they sound fun. If I gave a shit about, like, having big numbers and, you know, being seen and being popular and making money, I'd move to Kick and start gambling, you know? But, like, they're like, oh, you should collaborate so you get in front of other audiences. I do that all the time. It's done nothing. Oh, well, you need to make shorts and TikTok content so that way the short form content will lure them into the long form. Did it. That does nothing. You have to make longer form edited content and draw them into your streams. Did that. It does nothing. Like, I've done it. I've followed all the rules. I've done all the things they tell you to do. They told me, don't stream the popular, and then, like, it's other things like, don't stream the popular games. You'll be fighting for views amongst everyone else who's trying to stream them, and the bigger people will drown you out anyway. So it's good for you to find a niche, but they'll tell you don't find a niche because then you're not going to appeal to a broader audience, and if you want to change your content back, then it's going to cause problems for you later. Don't stream during the best up times for Twitch because you'll be competing against everybody streaming in the best time slots, but don't stream at a time slot that's too bad, otherwise you're not gonna get in with anything else. Otherwise you're gonna have dead chats if you stream when... Some people are like, oh, it's because... So it's like, it's because you stream at the times you do. Well, that's not true. Fucking Shenpai is streaming right now, and their numbers are fine. Lieutenant Eddie's streaming right now. His numbers are fine. Like, it's because you stream horror content instead of, like, things that are more mainstream. I don't know, Viscera's doing just fine. Mal the Doog is doing just fine, and he almost exclusively streams a fucking RPG Maker Russian indie horror title that wasn't popular from 2018, that wasn't popular until like 2 months ago. Like, all he does is play Fear and Hunger. Like every piece of weird advice, there's like 10 outliers for it.
It is part of the reason that I feel like
Why the fuck does this not
a
work?
lot of people trying to tell you how to game the algorithm are scam artists.
Yeah, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying all of them are. Some of them are just saying, well, this is what worked for me, so it should work for you too. And that's fine. That's a perfectly understandable, approach.
Mm-hmm.
However, some people are, when somebody tells you, I have the data that indicates this is the way that you're going to be successful, they're probably don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like, it's constantly...
I'm not going to name the name, but some of y'all know who I'm talking about.
Content genre review, this is how you make content. It needs to sound like you know what you're talking about. Like, it's absolutely fucking infuriating. Because, like, I know there's an audience for the kind of content I want to make. Thank you for the raid, RNGesus! I'm sorry that you've joined us during such a fucking Malden topic, Jesus.
It happened, though. It happened.
You've joined us on being very sad we're talking about content. Like I know there's an audience for the content that I want to make, because other people are making it, and there's hundreds of thousands of them, I know, because I watch that content. Like, people say, oh, there's no audience for, like, the kind of D&D lore content I want to make. Not true. Factually incorrect. I know that. People don't give a shit about, like, OC stuff unless you have something to show them. Factually incorrect. I would know. I've been following Jinja Ninja for a long period of time. I also was following ABD Illustrates until I had to stop because, I was engaging in emotional self-harm. Like, it's... So, like, I know for a fact that there's an audience for it. It's just that, you know... Morons who made themselves a decent enough student film that ripped off something else. Yeah! Fucking me too, goddammit! Like... That's the, like... And that's it! That's the fuck! Right there. There's the fuck. Tempest Films now? Oh, good for them. Worried about them a little bit when Local 58 folded, but... Oh, ripping off Local 58. I thought we were talking about... I thought we were talking about tech! Oh god, I can try. Okay, Google! Set a timer for 2 minutes. We talking about the same guy. We are? Well, tech wasn't... I thought Channel 7 was Local 58. I thought that was also tech. Aiden is weird. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. No. Fool. Well, then they did a really good job. Did a really good job, ripping off Local 58. Thought they were the same guy. But yeah, like, it's just, it's all very... I don't know the right word would even... This guy's mad hot, love how he looks. Thank you. I like Bakar. Normally I'd be talking about Bakar, but I'm not, because we've been on this for an hour and 20 minutes. I've been... Nice fisherman's daughter. If not, you'll need to go to the apple and pears to get some. I don't know. The point is, I have like 2 or 3 grand projects and a bunch of like... I mean, to say they're not grand projects, I guess would be a lie. I've got the... Okay, Google! Stop! I've got like 1 or 2 obscenely complicated projects I'd really like to make. And then I have...
Damn, Amazon be doing same-day delivery because that man's got package.
Hello, Crafty.
Hello.
What an excellent person to be here in our discussion of content and making it.
Me, never. Not even once.
So, Crafty, I would like to ask you a question, actually.
That was your first mistake, but go on.
Because it's on topic of where I was about to go with this, actually, so your timing is perfect. How much would you say, if you feel like talking about it, if you don't want to, absolutely feel free not to, because I understand how talking about money is with some people, but, how much would you say, the Crafty finales were worth? How much would you say they were?
Ooh, okay.
How much would you say they cost?
Let me think. The Foreshadow game didn't really cost more because it was all done by like the same people in the team that had been making it the whole time. It just took a bit more effort to do. So that one didn't cost like a bunch extra.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Now, Hero Academia month, though. I
would know. I was on the payroll for that.
You were, in fact, because we had to get like 8 other artists on board. We had to get like 10 more VAs to like do various roles. So I think at the end of that full set of episodes, well, technically 5, if you count part 2. Was somewhere in the ballpark of like well over $1,000 just to make those 4 episodes alone.
Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Maybe more. I'm lowballing it.
Mm-hmm. Because, so, I was talking about, like, I would very much like, to produce something, maybe not, like, quite as much, but, like, in a similar ballpark to, the My Hero Academia month. Like, that's what I would like. I've showed you what I would like the Lore of Laureate series to be, where I talk about the lore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, I had to take that old content down, is because, like, that's what I wanted it to be. And, like, even a few of you admitted, like, you could tell that it felt rushed. It felt like I ran out of money halfway through because I didn't have any to begin with. And, like, it felt compromised. Like, it felt like...
Now, for the record, we're talking about, like, the thing you did, like, on Photia?
Yeah.
At the time? Okay. See, I personally, at the time, never really had a problem with it. I was just glad that you were, like, spieling about your stuff, because that's always a good sign. It's like, here's the thing. Making the content is always, like, a good sign that you're just doing something to begin with. Like, content is better than zero content, alright? Just the fact that you had something produced is a good sign. I think there's, like, merit to that, so I don't think it's fair to completely disregard it, but recognizing where you want it to grow is an even better sign.
Yeah. But I've hit the wall again.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about that.
Understandable. The trick is finding that balance between what is, like, manageable and affordable versus how you get it to where you want. Yeah, and, like, I kind of fell out of that. The problem with my content is I hit that wall slower, so I didn't see it coming. Mm-hmm. So that's why Season 5, I was like, yeah, Season 5 is going to be great. Oh no, Season 4's still not even finished and we're already struggling. Fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you've compromised your content. You're a sellout.
You're not wrong, but still it hurts.
We're not going into detail about that, but
Tree sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Look, buy my stream loot content, just saying.
Listen, we're not gonna throw shade or name specifically, because they asked not to be, and personally, I think it's because they knew that what they said and did was wildly inappropriate and didn't want to be called out about it. But that's neither here nor there. But motherfuckers are not entitled to Crafty's content, is my point.
Yeah. But let's see. Yeah, the trick with you, I feel like, is I think you're kind of your own worst enemy. I'm going to be honest about that. Like, I think you're a little too hard on yourself. It's okay to be hard on yourself with your content, because that's how you grow and improve. On the other hand, you are extremely tough on yourself, and I think that's a little unfair on you.
Yeah, to sell out for wanting money for your work and experience. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you get another job and, like, manage your work balance? How fucking dare you?
Indeed.
But, like, that's the thing, right? Is I'm hard on myself because fucking what content?
I mean, you're in this similar state to what I was in when I was first starting craft. All right, you're in the wild west for your content because you don't know where it's going to end up or how it's going to go. You're still in this experimental phase, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm gonna be real with you. When I was first starting Dr. Crafty and I was pitching the idea to a few people, like, hey, here's an idea for some type of content I want to make.
Oh, you've talked about this. They were like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. No one's gonna watch that. Like, several years later, yeah, but fucking... it got to 4K. It took a couple years, but, like, that's kind of the thing, is like...
It took a couple years for people to realize this was fucking stupid and nobody wanted to watch it.
Well, that's
just
the
kidding,
thing. They
just
clearly
kidding.
did.
Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah, the trouble is like, we as a people live in this age of, like, we want that gratification, like, kind of soonish rather than later. And the problem is like, with content like this, especially in the kind of circles we run, it takes that time, and the trouble is just managing that time. Again, I'm zen as fuck, so I was like, I don't care if not many people are watching this content. It's a creative outlet for me, so I just kept doing it, and then it snowballed. You are just waiting for that snowball to happen, and you're still in this experimental phase where you're, like, figuring out how you want to put it all together.
Oh no, I know exactly how I want to put it all together. I just can't.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is that now that you're experimenting, you know what you want to do, now the trick is, how do you get from point A to point C? Because you don't have the B. And B is usually money.
Like, I just don't have... That's it. That's the whole thought.
I don't have.
Well, you know what the solution to that is, Chad? If you donate a bunch of subs right now...
Well, like, I mean, to make one... This is the thing, right? Is... I was talking to Justin about this. Is Heat on Shark Tank, Ko-Fi. See, sell out like Crafty. To who, Justin? Like, to the... Listen, I love all of my lovely Legionnaires dearly, but, like, if y'all have been secretly oil tycoons this whole time and have, like, been not giving me money, then, like, I'm not gonna get it from you. Like...
I mean, Justin is an oil tycoon.
Justin's sitting on his coins. Listen, Justin can't share his hoard with me. He has to use it to feed himself the watches that he eats. This is the pain of advertising yourself. But that's the thing, is I don't have anything to advertise. Like, all I have are words. I don't have... So nobody's gonna, like, it's completely irrational to assume...
in order for people to
I
invest
can check
in
this.
content,
I'm gonna
there
check
has
this
to be
later.
something for them to invest in. That's
Exactly. And because I don't have, like, like, nobody's going to give me money for a feeling, like, this is for a vibe, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to think
And
of what
certainly
space
not-
I was in when I was coming up with how I wanted to set up my thing and see how to apply that.
And certainly not, like, well, because, so, going back to what I was saying, right? The thing is, I was talking to Justin about this, is one of the things about this that annoys the ever-loving fuck out of me is because you hit a point, where, like, okay, here's a better way to phrase this. Were you making the Crafty show, like, the whole show itself, more or less without, doing, like, bigger, more extravagant, like, things every season, was the format of the Crafty show what you wanted from the start?
That was the thing. I was trying to just experiment, because, like, I remember talking to us about you during Here They're the Artists, and I think what I said at the time was, I was watching speed art channels, and they were boring as fuck. Because they didn't have any sort of, like, big commentary going on, or, like, anything engaging about them. So the goal was, alright, let's do this, add something engaging. And that's when I started being like, what if a character hosted the show, and so on and so forth.
Right, so you kind of took the genre you wanted and said, what if I added this thing that I want to do?
Yeah. And then, here's the thing, I could have done that all by myself at one point. But then I had to be a fucking dumbass extra person. Like, you know what, let's get a sidekick. You know what, let's do some spin-off shows in season 2. Fucking, I should have stopped myself right there.
But, like, the point of it is, the point of the exercise here is that, like, the nature of the Crafty show was what was inherently what you wanted it to be. But my issue is, like, we'll take the Lore of Laureate episode I made, right? Like, how much paring down do you do before it's not the thing before it doesn't even resemble the thing you want anymore?
I do get what you're saying in that regard.
Because, like, the issue is inherently, right? It's because this was the conversation I had with Justin, is he's like, well, you'll have to make compromises in the short term, and I'm like, that's the problem, is at this point where I'm at, like, I know ideally what I would want to be doing. What I would want to be doing is deranged and insane. And is not feasible. Like,
hey, yo, samesies.
Like, if it were up to me, I would be doing fully produced Rooster Teeth style 2D animated shorts, if I could. That's what I want to be doing. That's deranged. And I know that's deranged. I know that's not feasible.
Dr. Crafty, the movie.
Right. So I've already pared down what I want to do, like, 1,000-fold, to the point that paring it down any further, it stops being what I wanted it to be, and then I'm just not doing it at all.
Yeah, let's see. Going from the Laureate video, if I had to, like, give my ideas, like, from an outside perspective, and stop me if, like, any of this is, like, wildly out of base or whatever.
How are you sure about that? Because I did it. Because I did it. Because I compromised it down to the only thing I could do, which was a speed art video where I talked about it, and I hated it because it was so far removed from the original thing I wanted to do that it made me physically sick to look at it.
Understandable. Let me think. How would I go about it? The best thing I would probably think, like, in terms of, like, being able to have content out there that has a lot of things to engage with, like, visually speaking, let's see. I would suppose if I was doing it, I'd probably go, like, the way of, like, Handbook a Helper, where it would have, like, really simple illustrations. Because that way, it's a case of, like... But I think the problem with what we've got right now is you're very focused on quality, which is great, but you want to put content out fairly quickly to and have constantly changing things on screen, correct?
No, I've showed you what I wanted. What I wanted was what fucking Emirichu did, talking about her thing. So base simple line art shit. Like we go full I'm saying full 2016 animatic in this bitch. Sketches even. But doing that is still easily $1,000 in commission fees and per episode, and I can't fucking afford that.
No, that is fair. Yeah, that's the kind of the trouble with the creative art space in entertainment stuff is that usually people that have that kind of thing, they've got a team behind them as well, usually doing the editing side of things most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Making assumptions at the moment, of course. I don't know what goes on their channels and so on.
No, that's what Emirichu does. Emirichu has 15 migrant penguins locked in her basement that she beats with a glow-in-the-dark Miku wand to make her videos.
See, that's what I need too.
That's what I had, and that was a pain in the ass.
I have the one
Very
migrant.
expensive.
I have the one migrant penguin that I beat occasionally.
With love.
With Yakuza gifts, mostly. If you see this VOD later, hi, Silver.
Speaking of which, we've got to check that out tomorrow.
If you edit this VOD later, I still...
Barry, edit in Wolf Job?
Please no. Storyboarding, slideshow storyboard. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted.
Barry, edit out Wolf Job, edit in Lupine Occupation.
Oh.
Let's see.
But yeah,
that's kind of the problem with
again, ideal. If I got what I really wanted, we'd be doing again fully animated 2D segments, but that's deranged, and I know that's deranged.
There is another factor at play here as well that sort of hampers the creative process, especially in video creation. Unfortunately, YouTube just doesn't really reward that.
I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying because you want people to see it and stuff, don't you? So the problem is that YouTube doesn't really incentivize that kind of content. They want stuff that comes out daily, quickly. That's why they're so focused on shorts right now, for example.
Right,
also,
and I think the thing is, I think one thing that shorts actually does help with in terms of that is that you have something daily, and then you can go to the long-term content, because I have noticed that some people will start at shorts and then end up going to the long-form content when they want to do that.
But see, this is the other case of well, I know that's not true, because my contemporaries, whom I follow, don't do that, or have only very recently started doing that, and their numbers are doing just fine. So that's not true.
Well, it's not so much that it's not true; it's that they had big audiences beforehand, or were doing this for a long time.
No, they super didn't. Dingo Doodles made one video about one D&D story, and then built an entire empire of content off of that one random video.
Really, that's fascinating.
Yeah, that whole thing, all of the fucking sponsor deals, that's because of one video that they made where they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you about this Pathfinder game that we played."
That's wild.
So factually incorrect.
Fair enough. Sadly, I'm not super savvy on.
But that's just it. There's he won the lottery, is what he did.
But what I'm saying is if one does well, then the rest of it, then it lifts all the rising tides, all ships, all that. It's a gross oversimplification. She made several stories. It was a series. Yeah, but that first one is what started it. The story, she did not start making Pathfinder stories. She started doing something else, wasn't doing that great, made that Pathfinder story, and then her audience picked up. you're doing everything right, you need to hit the right parameters. And again, like, this is the part that's annoying, is because, again, for every this is how it works, there's 10 to 12. Apparently not. You know, like...
I know, that's kind of the problem, is that a lot of us are still fucking finding our way around here. Like, even I'm still in that boat of, like, what the fuck am I doing at the minute? Because, like, I had to make the big shift. Because I was like, well, the Dr. Crafty show is clearly unsustainable right now. Probably will be forever.
Yeah, that's the other thing, the other thing that I'm trying to get across here is, like, that doesn't matter. Like, were it my money to lose, like, say I get an angel donor tomorrow who gives me, like, 10K, and is like, make the shit. I'll give you 10K every month as long as you put the shit out. Say Jeff Bezos really likes my streams. I don't care if I lose every single cent of that 10K every month. If I'm doing it, and I have, like, a small dedicated audience, but that content gets to come out, and I don't feel like I'm actually drowning every day of my life, I think that would maybe not make the solution that wouldn't be the perfect solution. It'd be better than the nothing that I currently have, is what I'm saying.
I get you.
So, like, it doing well doesn't matter to me. I just want to be able to do it at all.
Fair enough, and that's a good mindset to be in.
I really like painting metal. It's really nice. I'm sorry that this is such a fucking Malden stream, chat.
This is part of the reason. One thing I mentioned is that a lot of artistic people in various industries, I've seen it a million times, where they'll do something that they don't really want to do, get paid for it, and then use that money to do what they really want to do.
Yeah, the problem, the main thing that keeps me from doing stuff like that in content creation, though, is, and I think all of us...
Content creation doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's because all of us understand, gonna understand this one, is, that's all fine and dandy, but in content creation, if you make content you don't like making, until you can start making content you do like making, you're going to be stuck with what you don't like. You're going to be stuck with the audience who is there for shit you don't like.
Yeah.
And then when you transfer over, you're going to be right where you were before. Like,
Can't relate.
so you can't do that. It's just not, again, it's just not a feasible thing for you to do in, like, online content spaces. Because, like, for example, Justin made a comment of, like, do like Jay Schlatt TikTok reacts, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to build an audience that's here for shit like that, so that when I make my deep, profound lore content, I'm sure the audience I would build off of that would be super down for that. And he's like, yeah. Because, like, you can't build... It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work the same way as, like, a regular 9-to-5 job. I can't work at Walmart until I make enough money to start selling stickers, you know? The best metaphor I have for it is, like, I can't open a Five Below until I make enough money to open a record store and then expect the same people who come here for cheap plastic cutlery and inflatable and helium balloons to buy my Freddie Mercury albums, you know what I mean?
You got Freddie Mercury albums? Tell me that shit.
What I said was, I should clarify that what I said wasn't really so much a suggestion as saying, that these things are the reason why it happens, like in the industry. Not talking about content creation, talking about like the film industry, TV industry, music industry, even, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, I'm just I'm expanding why it's different for content
and why it does not work here.
Yeah. I mean, your special situation, if you took a normal job, all the money you'd make from that time you could set aside, since you've got no room and board. It's true. The
issue there is working the normal job.
Yeah, because like there's two reasons that's not the solution you think it is. One of them is if I worked a normal job. With what time, Justin? You're working it's the equivalent of like you're working a normal 9 to 5. How come you're not recording 10 hours of Let's Play content every day? Like, with what time? With what energy? Like, I'm already running on empty doing the easiest job in the universe. For me. I can't imagine doing one that is literally everything that I hate and my mental illness hates. And then coming home and having to do that until 2 and then having to edit videos until 2 in the morning and then stream for 2 more hours and having to completely rework my schedule again and having to cancel all of the side shit that I do because I wouldn't have time. I would have to drop out of almost all of the D&D shit I'm in because I wouldn't have the time for it anymore. Like, because again, with doing the easiest job in the world for me, I barely have the spoons to go downstairs and watch movies after dinner. Like, I cannot fathom having to interact with the public and then having to perform for several hours and then having to sit at the computer for several dozen hours more drawing and editing and writing and...
You don't want to be at Office Depot.
Yeah, working a full-time job while doing content creation at the same time, it's not as easy as some people like think it is, because what you don't realize is the content creation is a job. It just is.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, feasibly I could. You'd never see me again. We would never do anything anymore. I would leave probably all of the D&D content I'm in on the side. Like, I just wouldn't have the time or the energy to do it anymore. Like, you'd see me less, and I would be more unhealthy. The other thing being... hi! I'm in my second and third time applying for disability because I got fired from a very simple job because, while I was doing it, I was working a line job. I worked at a factory. I was doing a line job. And my anxiety and depression is so bad that being left alone with my thoughts for like 5 hours a day made me have like repeated complete mental breakdowns, and I had a lot of autism meltdowns, and I got fired because I wasn't working the right amount of hours because I had to keep taking breaks because my body couldn't handle it. I'm not mentally stable. That's why I don't work a normal 9 to 5 job.
And the job I'm working isn't a normal 9 to 5. I'm doing prep work for Mr. Beast.
What?
Yeah.
You are not.
I work at a Mr. Beast Burger.
Oh. I wildly misunderstood that.
You forgot about that? You forgot about that?
I did forget about that. I was about to be like, no you don't. You work at a Waffle House. And then I was like, wait a minute, he quit that job a while ago. What?
Yeah!
I mean, to be fair, Booney is burying the lead a bit. He works in a shadow kitchen of Mr. Beast.
Well, yeah, but it's funnier if I tell them I work at a Mr. Beast.
I know, but it's also misleading.
That's true. There is a physical location now.
Do you work at it?
No.
Then you don't work for Mr. Mist!
He works for him under a technicality.
A shadow kitchen? They rent out like a kitchen space.
Are they not calling them ghost kitchens anymore?
Yeah, ghost kitchens.
Did I say a different thing?
You said shadow kitchen.
You said shadow kitchen, which is also fair.
You rent out like a...
This kitchen is brought to you by the Shadow Government.
Shadow Wizard Money Kitchen. We love making burgers.
They pull back the hood and it's all Mr. Beast.
Ah!
I work for a shadow kitchen in the Chaos Dimension.
You sure do.
I work, and that's the end of the sentence.
TP, much like Aaron, works a mystery job.
I'll say this, compared to Aaron's, mine is not all that impressive.
Well, yeah, Aaron works for the government. He works for the government in YouTube City.
I work, and my work is very finicky on whether it wants to let me
live.
Divulge.
It's very finicky in how much and when it wants me to work, because sometimes it'll listen to my request to not work on D&D nights. Others,
Yes, also works in the Chaos Dimension.
Yeah, I mean that's what I get for living somewhere in between. The opposite direction of Boone, but still somewhere in between the Feywild and Crafty's lab.
Nah, here's what you do, and this is what I've done at every job I've done for the last couple of years. If you are a D&D player and you've got a full-time job, or a part-time job, here's what you tell your boss. This is what I've done actually, and it's technically not untrue. I do volunteer work running online games for the mentally unhealthy. It's not untrue.
It's not, but that's a little rude. Shut
the fuck up. You're
I
right.
just tell people
but shut the fuck up.
I just tell people I have a business meeting.
It's a little rude, but yeah. Alright.
Listen, you're right. Fuck you still, but...
This is how you got Champions Challenge so consistently, just letting you know.
Well, actually, I did have issues with my job at the time, which I'm going to say the actual name of because I don't work there anymore. Crystal. I did. Yeah, I know. I worked for Not White Castle.
I love eating burgers that are more onion than meat.
There's a lot of people who will ask for no onions, and I don't blame them.
Speaking of mentally unwell, I asked someone for help in purchasing this with me. But I'm gonna post this in Pokemon Masters. I make only good financial decisions.
God, I'm looking at this shady meme done, and like, this man can just lean forward and he won't fall over.
Nah.
I make good financial decisions only.
Listen.
Isn't that right?
He's a big
Anyone
man.
who's looking at that.
Hang on.
He's a big man.
Sure, that seems like a yeah. Yeah, that seems like a good financial decision.
Should I post it in chat?
What did you put?
I mean, you did get the free shipping, so that's.
Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna go look and see what you got. Hang on. I know a thing or two about consuming meat. Do you? You eat a lot of meat, Danica?
Sexual innuendo. Anyway,
Damn. I can't even make fun of you, because I legitimately had a moment, like, a couple of weeks ago where I sat there in my depression spiral, where I was like, there's really no point in me trying to save money. What's the point? I'm never gonna be able to, I was just in my sadness spiral, and I was looking at my money, and I legitimately made eyes at, like, a $500-600 Sanji statue and was like, I fucking might as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then walked myself off that cliff.
Listen. I'm sorry.
Nah, what I'm saying is I get it.
This man unzips and it's the fucking pipe dropping MP3.
He's a metallic dragon.
Listen.
I don't know enough. I don't know if that's unreasonable. I feel like that's fine, right?
I want to use this time to do not let my do not let my good business decisions deter you from supporting the homies. I still will try and commission Keaton.
I forgot to color all of his rings. God damn it, son of a.
I cannot support Crafty for but that's because Crafty, like, it has close connections.
I thought you were gonna say I cannot support Crafty because of his behavior.
No.
I mean, facts.
I would.
Technically, it's true.
I mean,
He chose to close those commissions.
He did. How dare you, Craft? Anyways, I can't.
Oh, I'm
support-
sorry,
sell
my
out.
hand is falling off at the wrist.
I'm
Apology
sorry.
accepted.
You are one step away from actually getting metallic. You are one step away from becoming the actual Dr. Crafty.
Could have been Metal Crafty.
Could have been.
He's
Listen,
going to be very
listen.
popular.
I understand. I understand why. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I truly do.
This is your quest giver for Tarragon.
I know.
He looks
I
disgusting.
can't wait to send him to Marin and just be like, do you wanna
rethink your options?
Oh, while we're all here, by the way, all here, if you're not trying to commission Heaton, what you can do is you can donate to the Trevor Project.
You can. This is one of the lewds I owe you. This man is 40% meat, and I love him. The way you keep saying it is like is like it's cartoonish, like it's aproportionate. I feel like I didn't fuck it up that bad.
No, you've got it.
It's like his dick is supposed to be big, but like, if I fucked up the proportions on this, I'm gonna be pissed.
His red flags are big, but his dick is bigger. Don't listen to me.
Ignore.
Already on it. Already on it, buddy.
Who are you again?
Can't wait to have your wife in my Twitter mentions today, Crafty.
Hang on.
Wait,
Hey, honey.
Keaton?
Honey.
Keaton?
Come look at something.
Oh,
Get
no.
over here.
What?
We need it live.
What do you mean?
Show him, Heaton. Full screen that shit.
What, the boobs?
You remember the Dragon Man from the game you played?
What Dragon Man?
The one Felicity wanted to pet the grass dragon of. That's him.
You gotta be kidding.
He's walking away.
You've gotta be kidding me, she says!
There you go. You got it live, Heaton.
So good.
I had to hydrate after that.
Fuck yes.
I love my wife.
I love your wife too, dude.
Get in line, apparently.
Who needs to,
She just said I can look at the back of the line. I've got eyes.
who needs to, like, actually... I can't think of the
There's no
words.
listed average size of metallic dragon dick.
Well, hang on. We can always contact an expert. Hey, Tiefling Melissa.
I provided him to Melissa, and Melissa was like, I do like brass dragons. Like, good. Welcome to, my weird specific dragon lore that I could talk about for hours, that I could totally make an entire video in that Lore of Laureate series about, and can't because cry, which is the topic of the stream, I guess.
Okay.
Meant to only talk about that for a minute, and we've been here for 2 hours. Pog, love that.
Tangents,
Wait.
gotta love them.
Keaton, I have a very stupid question.
Hmm.
You know how every $50 is another safe for work lewd?
Mm-hmm.
If someone pays you $50 through to the charity, do they get a say in?
I've been saying that they get a suggestion.
I might have a suggestion, but I want to double check first because I wasn't.
I'm pretty sure there's a chart somewhere in GURPS. Shut the fuck up. The worst part is you're probably right. I saw a thing that's you roll a percentile and it's that in inches, and that feels insane to me.
You do realize there's a chance of that being 100, right? Do you know how big 100 inches is?
No, you roll like,
Is like...
You roll like... like a D10. And I was like, I don't know, that feels nuts to me.
I was gonna say, you said a D100 a second ago. I was like, you know what numbers are, right?
Alright. D100 in millimeters, maybe.
Oh, so now we're going metric, okay.
Not centimeters! Not centimeters! The idea that you could end up with a meter-long dick is insane! It was for dialing. Shut the fuck up.
Oh god, no, stop. I can't. I think TP just left.
I wouldn't blame him, Christ.
He just got up from his chair, was like, you know what, that's enough for today. Thomas decided to go home. He had seen everything.
Pull the trigger, Piglet.
I hate it here.
I hate it here, on God.
Though, before I do, I want to see if this. I need to figure out how to do it.
Where the fuck is the file? There it is.
How do I do it without sharing? Okay, I guess.
Hubba.
You know, I'm looking at this statement he says, and I'm like thinking of the response a character of mine would probably say as well. I would, but if you get excited, you'll launch me into the stratosphere.
Can't fucking... Don't fucking... Listen, I'm gonna be so real. Just real quick, given current content, given that, don't fucking... I'm not even gonna, brother. Listen, I'm in the most unhinged era that I've been in. If you're gonna be a dick, you can just get banned. I do not give a fuck.
Yeah. I saw that.
Who
What
was being-
even were you
Like what did you think? Like what did you think was gonna happen? You thought we were gonna like abide that? Like no, get fucked.
Wait. Who?
Somebody was just being very rude. Somebody was being rude and therefore we booted him. Do not like brother, don't
You step onto my house in your clown shoes.
Anyways, hey Heaton, you see that amount, that 350?
I do.
How much?
Here, clicks. Ah! What is your suggestion?
I'm gonna send it to you in DMs. I do not wish to say it out loud.
Cool.
Oh, speaking of lewds, though, by the way, Heaton, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It was the cherries. I was wrong. Thank you.
I was there looking like look, they've got red almond cherries. They don't have almonds. Where are the almonds?
The fucking those red velvet cherries are so good. Listen, I wouldn't have to debase myself like this if Toothsomes would just ship their shit. If I could just order it online, we wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, they really don't have a big space outside of the parks, I guess.
Out here drawing dick for chocolate-covered cherries. This sucks. But yeah, I think that's that. Ba-ba. Who are we going to send you off to? Let's see. Shenpai's still streaming. Am is streaming. We'll send you to Am.
I was about to say Amandal's on, yeah.
Ba-ba-ba. Me want bite. Angus. August. Ba-ba. Send you over to Am, who's playing Age of Wonders.
Congratulations.
The raid message is rattle 'em, boys.
The raid message is rattle 'em, boys.
Rattle 'em, boys!
There you go.
I'll see you tomorrow for probably more art. Bodbangus.
Hey.